Who were some of the heroes on the court in local basketball last week? We're going to show you as we spin it right back in reverse on this week's Rewind. Let's start things off with some history at the Birdcage. With this Corey Vermillion bucket, she would become Loudonville's all-time leading scorer, and they led at 11-5 after one. But Jill Boughton and company would battle back. This bucket would give Fredericktown the lead. Loudonville, however, would get it back, and they would take a 29-22 cushion into the break. Fourth quarter, and Boughton looking to cut the deficit to one. She can't, but Maya Bryant can. This putback makes it a 2-point game, but Vermillion would take over from there. The junior would go over 1,600 points for her career in the game as she finished with 44 on the night, kind of right around her season average, as Loudonville holds off Fredericktown 70-60. Sending you over to Shelby now, where it was senior night for Audie Albert and Demi Hip. The Lady Whippets look to waste no time putting Ontario away as Eve Schwemley finds Trinity Baker off the inbounds. She knocks down the three. Lady Warriors struggle to find consistency offensively despite a solid night from Taylor Counts, who would get crafty in the lane for 2 points right there. But the senior Albert would connect with Charlie Neese in transition to help catapult the Lady Whippets to their 5th straight MOAC championship in a huge beatdown. 72-39, they win in the regular season finale as Coach Lance and company, they just keep rocking and rolling out there in Whippet country. Carey also had a chance to clinch a share of the N10 championship at Upper, but the Rams and Holden Darris would lead early at home. The kid who always seems to be smiling from three-point range, N10 sharpshooter Carter Smiley, well, he was smiling again as he drops a trifecta bomb per usual. But so are the Rams, and this is Brock Montgomery giving Upper a second quarter lead as he knocks down a three. But as we fast forward to the fourth quarter now, it's Braden Young. He's going to come away with a theft and get the bucket plus the foul at the other end. Devils would go up by 12, and they would go on to win it by a final score of 42-34 with Smiley dropping 17. That's a game high in this one to secure the first ever N10 crown for Carey, and they will have a chance to win it outright in a huge matchup on Friday. More from the N10. Colonel Crawford was on the road in Sycamore to take on Mohawk, the only team still with a chance to get a piece of the pie with Carey in the league. And Boober Cleveland gets the inbound, kicks it out to Bryce Hannum. He knocks down the open three. Other end, Braxton Baker from the top of the key, drive, step through, and he's in for two, plus the foul is called. Cleveland, though, back at the other end with a shot fake, out to the corner, finds Hunter Hayes. He shoots a three, and that's a big dagger right there. Bryce Hammond later on would go coast to coast straight to the basket for 2 more points after this Braxton Baker bucket for 2 at the other end, as Mohawk would go on to defeat Colonel Crawford 50-29. The Eagles barely scored in the first half of this game. Big defensive effort for the Warriors in this one, and they are just 1 game back of Carey heading into the regular season finale, where they've got to go to the Devil's Den for a chance to win their piece of the league. Defense would be the name of the game Saturday afternoon at the Mountaintop, where Leah Kinley is going to hit the three, but it's only 5-2 Upper Sandusky after 1 quarter against Colonel Crawford. Second quarter, and the Lady Rams starting to wake up thanks to Kinley's 11 points in the first half. There's another triple from her. Lady Eagles finally able to get their first field goal to fall thanks to Mallory Plesac off of the pick and roll here. But that was one of the few highlights for Colonel Crawford in this game, as it was all Upper Sandusky. They roll 34-12 to finish the regular season 16-6, the same record as the Eags. Senior night for the Lady Freddies and their sole senior Gracie Sipes, who took no minute for granted in her final home contest. Here she is on the fast break, finishing off the bucket initiated by the freshman Ella Boughton. Later on, it's Callie Carpenter playing through some pain. She finds Kit Bellman. Open shot misses, but Boughton creates a second chance opportunity, and she would convert. Fast forward to the final quarter now, and here comes Licking Valley, trying to make a last-ditch effort to get back into the ball game. And with this upcoming basket, the Lady Freddies' lead was trimmed to just 7 points under 2 minutes left in the game. But Fredericktown never allowed another bucket after that, holding on for a 46-39 victory to end their regular season with 8 wins. They'll have to face the top seed Worthington Christian in the sectional tournament though, but they're playing pretty good basketball right now. Now to upper for the nightcap, as the boys took on MOAC champion Shelby and Ethan Kessler, giving the Rams the lead 20-18 with that shot, and they actually had a 37-32 lead at the break. Move forward to the fourth now, Rams up 4, but Shelby makes a run. Casey Lance hitting the deep three, gonna cut the deficit down to just 1 point. Very next possession, Brady DeVito, he's gonna hit a triple of his own. Whippets would go up by 2. Final seconds now, Rams looking for the upset, but Kessler called for the double dribble. Shelby would hit its free throws and they escape from the mountaintop 69-65, extending their win streak to 5 at the time. Last night, Crestview looking for a season sweep of rival St. Paul, and they brought their Windex to clean the offensive glass all night. Jarek Ringler there with the stick back, but the Flyers hung around. Corey Frazee cans the triple, and we were all square at 14 each after the first quarter, but we fast forward now to the third and the Cougars starting to feast. Justice Thompson with one of his 5 3-pointers in the game, and he's got another one on the way here. You'll see in the moving pictures because the kid finished with 27 points. He was awesome. So were a lot of other Cougars in this one. 4 finished in double-figure scoring, including Heath Cash, as they would go on to win big 82-54, setting a new program record for most wins in the regular season at 19. Cougars have completely rewrote the record books this season, and they will likely finish with 20 wins before the playoffs even start. Take you down to the Valley last night as well, as the Colts hosted Lucas in their regular season finale in front of a packed Colt Corral. And we're taking you straight to the game's crazy final minutes, because Andrew Smolin here is going to put the Cubs up by 3 under 2 minutes to go. Victor Skoog and the Colts, though, they snatched several steals like this one all night long, and the layup would cut the Clear Fork deficit to just a point. In the biggest moments, the biggest shots were knocked down. First up, Adam Van Osdol, whose triple put the Colts up 50-49, just 39 seconds left, but Smolin had the ice in his veins on this biggest moment of the night, knocking down the game-winning triple with just 15 ticks on the clock as the Cubs escape Clear Fork with a 52-50 victory. Finally, to the highly anticipated matchup last night between Shelby and Lexington, and Braden Fogel crossing over and takes to the air for 2 points right here. This freshman's been awesome all year. Casey Lance, though, has the answer at the other end, and boom, the one-handed jam would put Shelby up by 3 at the break. Second half, though, Minutemen take over. Hudson Moore draining the wide-open 3. Where's the defense on that one? Then Baden Forup will clean up the glass and score the hoop plus the harm as Lexington puts up 40 in the second half. They would go on to win it on the road 66-59. Both teams can clinch outright conference titles with victories coming up on Friday night. So those are all the moving pictures that you need to see from the last 7 days that were, but still plenty more coming up on the Joe Show, so stick around. We'll be right back after this quick commercial timeout. Boom.